This is the respiratory system. This system promotes breathing and gas exchange. This includes some of the main parts such as the nose, mouth, trachea, bronchi, and lungs. We will discuss how they work together to support gas exchange. This is the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity filters, warms, and moistens the air using hair follicles called cilia, which also come in play for smell. Pharynx is a tube that starts behind your nose and goes to your larynx and esophagus. It separates food and drinks from the air passageway using a flap called the epiglottis. Larynx is a short tube made of cartilage and muscles located in your throat, pharynx, and the trachea, windpipe. The larynx connects the throat to the trachea and to the lungs, provides voice production, and protects the airway from food and drinks. The trachea or windpipe is a vital part of the respiratory system. It's a tube that carries air from your larynx or voice box to the two bronchi. The lungs are the main component or organ in the respiratory system. They bring in oxygen, exchange gases, and get rid of carbon dioxide. An easy way to remember this is to think of the lungs as balloons that fill up with good air, oxygen, and squeeze out the bad air, carbon dioxide, every time you breathe. The lungs are a pair of spongy air-filled organisms in your chest that are responsible for gas exchange, inhaling oxygen, and exhaling carbon dioxide. The right lung has 3 lobes and the left has 2. The lungs have space for the heart. The lungs are inside the ribcage, protected by the sternum, ribs, and spine. The lungs also interact with the trachea, windpipe, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. The lungs also interact with systems such as circulatory, nervous, and muscular systems. Bronchi are airways that carry air to the lungs. Each bronchus carries air to the lungs, branch into smaller tubes, and direct air to the alveoli. So the bronchi are like highways for air. Bronchioles are small tubes that connect from the bronchi to the alveoli. The bronchioles carry air deep into the lungs, control airflow, and lead to gas exchange. The bronchioles are like twigs at the end of the branches, bronchi. Alveoli are tiny air sacs in your lungs that are surrounded by capillaries or blood vessels. Alveoli are also where gas exchange occurs. When you inhale, oxygen is brought into the alveoli. It is then passing through the thin walls of the alveoli into the surrounding blood capillaries. Blood picks up the oxygen, where red blood cells carry the oxygen into your body. The carbon dioxide goes back into the blood and the alveoli, then the carbon dioxide leaves your body when you exhale. The diaphragm is a large dome-shaped muscle at the bottom of your chest. It separates the chest from your abdominal cavity. Its primary function is breathing. When you breathe in, the diaphragm contracts and moves downward. When you exhale or breathe out, it releases and moves up. An easy way to remember the diaphragm is it's similar to a muscular trampoline. Below your lungs, when it goes down, air jumps in. When it springs back up, air bounces out. You can harm your respiratory system though. Smoking, vaping, air pollution, bacterial infections, poor indoor air quality, and not treating allergies or asthma can harm your respiratory system. You can enhance it by exercise, good diet, and regular health checks. The respiratory system controls breathing, which is vital for living, so protect it.